Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a quick video updating on everyone on the status of our projects and the changing landscape with the current pandemic and how everything's switching. So just want to go over a few things and let everybody know where it's at. We're about mid-semester anyway, so it's probably a good time to review our progress. So just in general, just so that all of our interns and everybody knows, in terms of clinic and in-person stuff, that's all postponed. You know, I know we've already talked about that, but until further notice, we're not doing any walk-ins or clinic testing. Most of the staff is working remotely, including myself. So Spectrum is still considered essential, and the clinic is seeing clients at the moment, but we're sticking to our client base and making sure and trying to do as much telehealth as possible. It is not clear how long things will be this way. I don't think anybody knows. So we're still figuring that out as we go, and a lot of that will depend on how things play out over the next couple of weeks. Some of our upcoming events, such as poker, are been rescheduled and pushed back, so be aware of that. And since our internships have largely been online anyways, we're in pretty good shape. You know, we had some stuff that's disrupted more than others. But I've talked with the schools, and they know what all of our interns who are doing this for a class are doing, and they're good with that. So you should be taken care of, no issue there. Do expect some delay from me and any other staff you contact right now, just because of just things are different, and we're adjusting to a new normal. And I would like to focus on some social connection. You know, as Kale has said a bunch, just because we are socially distanced doesn't mean we need to be socially isolated. You know, we had that intern cocktail hour the other day. I thought that was great. I'd love to set up a few more of those. We've been talking about doing an intern trivia night and stuff like that. So keep your eyes out for that. I think that that's really good for us to stay and to get some of that connectivity. So going over our projects, the survey team, this is probably the most disrupted. You know, we spent 2 months putting together a survey for how the walk-ins are going, and now there are no walk-ins. And since it's going to be a while, the data we collected is probably no longer going to be relevant. We'll have to reintegrate that survey at a later date. We are currently reworking this project into really just some departmental planning. You know, thinking about where we're going to go, how we're going to operate amidst all of this, and help them to put that plan in place. So there are going to be some more updates as we go, but that's where we're redirecting that project. The research team, so stage 2 of our research has been delayed. That was going to be developing surveys based off of one of our most recent studies, sending that out to HIV-positive individuals across the state. That's currently on hold. MU has put a hold on most research in general. So there's some delays there. We're going to continue working on our narrative that we planned for publication. No disruption there. We've made a lot of progress on that. The document's starting to look really good, but there may be further delays on publication. You know, most of the articles are changing their priorities. You know, the one we had identified, the Journal of Rural Health, currently is pretty much only accepting articles relating to COVID-19. And so that will affect our timeline for that as well. The National Days team, we're actually pretty much done. You know, we spent a while, we went through and identified all of the days of importance when it came to testing, screening, you know, everything from Men's Health Week to Transgender HIV Testing Day. And we developed a comprehensive list of those and identified those days for the next 3 years. We're going to use that to plan some marketing and events for testing, though, you know, we're obviously not doing testing at the moment, and some social media campaigns. So we're going to be going through Spectrum After Dark in there, and you should see some of those clinic names change that you'd sign up for. It'd be still the same thing, but I want you all to be aware that, you know, these are the days that we're actually trying to be aware of X event. So I'll keep you all posted as we move forward with that. And last, the art of courting, probably the least disrupted. So you know, we've been working on our high school education series. That's getting pretty close. I was spending some looking at this morning. It's looking really good. We should be wrapping up within the next 3 to 4 weeks would be my guess, maybe a little bit longer, just because even though the project itself isn't disrupted, the people who are working on it are. So we're going to be working on that. The goal is to move into filming over the summer. This might be more important than ever. And this is going to replace our in-person interactions, especially in classrooms. We had decided to do this in response to the fact that, you know, there's 1 to 2 people who can do talks and countless schools across the region. But right now, with everything being as tricky as it is and things moving into these online systems, this has taken on new meaning, I think. So we're working on wrapping that up and moving forward. So just want to give everybody an update on where everything's at and where we're going. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'm excited to see how we wrap up this semester with our intern volunteers. Thank you, everybody, for everything that you do.